Hello, students. Let us go to study about Wheatstone Bridge. As we have already discussed about the basic function of the bridge, why do we use the bridge, what are the basic types of the bridge, and what are the advantages of the bridge by which we can measure the various quantities like in resistance, inductance, and capacitance. So here we will study the Wheatstone bridge by which we can measure the medium resistance, or we have already discussed what are the types of resistance and what kind of resistance can be measured by the bridges. So we are going to study about the Wheatstone bridge. So how does this bridge function to measure the resistance of the any of equipment device or any of meters where we have to use it for the measurement. So we go to study about the Wheatstone bridge. So first of all we will draw the circuit configuration of the Wheatstone bridge. So this Wheatstone bridge consists of the four arms as we have basically discussed about it in the classroom. So it will be drawn in somewhat this way. R1, this is arm 1, this is arm 2. So I will denote it as R1, I will denote it as R2. Now there will be again drawn this opposite to arm, and this is R3. So R1, R2, R3. This arrow indicates R3 is the variable resistance, the resistance in which arrow is denoted, which indicates that, which reveals that this is the variable resistance. So R3 arm resistance, R3 resistance in arm 3 is a variable resistance which is also known as a standard variable resistance. R4 is the unknown resistance which is connected in the arm 4. The resistance whose value to be determined is connected in the arm 4, which is known as the R4 resistance. Now this is the bridge formation. Now we have to give the source for the measurement of this bridge. So I will connect it, the source. So I have connected the source for it. Okay, so now I have connected the source for it, that is E. E is the source for it. Now I will have to check the balance condition of the bridge. So balance condition of the bridge can be checked or determined with the help of galvanometer. So galvanometer is connected between the 2 point, that is G. Okay. Now I will denote the each and every junction as A, B, C, and D. I have denoted the four junctions as A, B, C, and D. So as I have spoken, this bridge consists of four arms. So R1 and R2 are known as a ratio arm. Ratio arm. R1 and R2 are considered as a ratio arm. R3 is a standard variable arm. Standard variable arm resistance. R4 is the unknown resistance which has to be measured. R4 is the unknown resistance which has to be measured. Now R4 is the unknown resistance which has to be measured. E is the battery. E is the EMF or battery which supplies to the bridge, and G is the galvanometer for null detection. Galvanometer for detection of the nullifications. So Suppose you will give the supply to this bridge, so there will flow the current I. Then I will be further divided over here, that is I1. This is considered as arm 4, so I4. This same current will flow through this because of R1 and R2 are connected in series. So I2, and this one will be I3. So I have denoted the current I1 for arm 1, I2 for arm 2, I3 for arm 3, and I4 for arm 4. Now, to keep the balance condition of the bridge, we need to determine the balance equation. But before reaching or finding the balance equation, as I have spoken to you that we have to make it balance condition. So balance conditions can be determined with the help of balancing the potential B and D. There are 2 points B and D across which this potential has been connected, B and D. If I want to make the potential B and D equal, so I need to change the voltage drop like that. So voltage drop across the R1 should be equals to the voltage drop across the R2. So it means that I have to make VAB equals to VAD. Voltage drop across the arm 1, VAB, should be equals to the voltage drop across arm 4. If these two arm voltage drop will be equal, so it means potential across the B and D will be 0. So how is it possible? It can be possible by changing the value of resistance R3. Resistance R1 and R2 are the ratio arms whose value will be constant, which will not be changeable. So R1 and R2 are the fixed value which cannot be varied. Next, R3 is the value which is a standard variable resistance which can be changed. It can be changed. So if you will change the value of resistance, so it is connected in series with R4. So value of current of I4 will change, and I4 will be adjusted by such a way. I4 into R4 is the voltage drop across the arm 4. So I4 and R4 should be adjusted in such a way that it should be equals to the voltage drop across the arm 1, R1 into I1. So I have spoken you that when voltage across arm 1 will be equals to the voltage drop across arm 4, so it will make the balanced condition, and under this balanced condition, potential across the potential at the point B and D will be equal. And if it will be equal, so galvanometer will show the 0 reading. Galvanometer will show the null deflection, and under this null deflection, your G will reflect you the 0 reading. So how does it happen? It just happens by changing the value of resistance R3. Value of resistance R3 will be changed, so it will change the current I3, and as I3 is equals to the I4 because of both are connected in series, so I will keep the one condition, that is I1 equals to I2. I1 is equals to I2, that is known as a I1 and I2. This I1 current will flow in same direction or through the next resistor in same quantity because of R1 and R2 are connected in series. So in the series connections, current will be same. So it can be written as a voltage across it will be E R1 plus R2. Similarly, current through I4 and I3 will be equal. So I can write it as a I4 equals to I3, which can be written as a E whole upon R3 plus R4. So E whole upon R3 plus R4, that can be placed in this equation. VAB equals to VAD. So VAB can be written as a I1 into R1. So VAB equals to VAD. So it can be written as a I1 into R1 equals to I4 into R4. I4 into R4. So I1 can be written as a E all upon R1 plus R2, R1 plus R2 multiply by R1 equals to I4 equals to E. Value of this will be placed in this equation. I4 equals to E divided by R3 plus R4 multiply by R4. Now these two equations are on the separate side of the equal to, so E will be cancelled. We will carry out cross multiplication. R3 plus R4 will be multiplied with R1 and R4 is multiplied with the R1 plus R2. Equals to R4 into R1 plus R2. Okay, now you will have to simplify it. That can be as a R1 R3 plus R1 R4 equals to R1 R4 plus R2 R4. R1 R4 R1 R4, these two will be cancelled. Now there will just be remaining R1 R3 equals to R2 R4. Now we have to determine the value in the resistance. We have to determine the value in the arm R4. So we have to define the R4 resistance. So I will make the subject R4. So in this condition R4 is made the subject. So suppose R4 is made the subject. So what will be R1 divided by this R2 will come downward or at the denominator of R1. So R4 equals to R1 divided by R2, R1 divided by R2 into R3. So this is our equation, which can be further elaborated as R4 equals to R1 by R1 divided by R2 multiply by R3. So this is considered as your ratio arm which is constant. Okay, and this R3 is considered as your variable resistance. So this equation proves that by changing the value of resistance R3, we can change the value of voltage drop across I4, which will make us, or which will give us the balance equation in this form. R4 equals to R1 by R2 multiplied by R3. So this is our balance equation, which is shown here. Okay, this is our balance equation, which is R4 equals to R1 by R2 into R3. So by changing the value of resistance R3, we can determine the value of resistance in the arm 4 connected in the bridge. So this is the way by which we can measure the medium resistance with the help of Wheatstone bridge. Thank you.